Many people see faith as something you believe in, a system of truths to safeguard, a religious declaration you sign. Welcome to the Sebcast, home of the #1 network for your life. Here we turn our beloved stories on their heads, look at what history may have missed, and together discover how Jesus invites us into a greater story right where we live, work, and play. But then you read Paul's words in Galatians 2:20, "I no longer live, but Christ lives in me." That is not just a faith declared, it is a life shared. Christ did not come so that we could admire him from afar, but so that his life might breathe within us. Hear this carefully. The gospel is therefore not just Jesus died for you, but also Jesus now lives through you. The cross is not a final point, it is a new beginning, a fresh way of living in which God's life flows through everyday people. Consider Peter. He was a fisherman, impulsive, impatient, even afraid. But when Jesus said, "Follow me," his story changed. Not because he became better, but because he began to share life. When Peter fell, Jesus rose again in him. When he doubted, Jesus invited him to step onto the water once more. That is what participating in Christ's life involves, living within grace rather than outside perfection. The key difference between religion and relationship is this. Religion says, do these things to get closer to God. Relationship says, God has come close, now live with him. Christ's life is not merely admired, it is followed, practiced, breathed in. At SA Congregation, we aim to be the top network for your life, a place where people learn that faith is not only received, but also lived. This is the rhythm of discipleship, to stay in movement with Christ. Here, faith becomes practical in how you forgive, give, hope, and lift others. It involves participating in God's rhythm within the world. And perhaps this is precisely what Paul meant, not only to believe in Christ, but to live in him, not only to know his name, but to carry his breath, because ultimately faith is not a theory, it is a life that responds, a life that says, Christ does not only live for me, he lives in me. Until tomorrow, go well.